Hi, I'm John Paul Martin, the Warning Coordination Meteorologist with NOAA's National Weather Service in Bismarck, encouraging you to attend skywarn spotting in your community when the National Weather Service comes out for that, or viewing severe weather safety online at National Weather Service website, or through videos like this. National Weather Service website, www.weather.gov. It is not raining over here. It is raining over here. It is not raining over here. It is raining right there. It is not raining here. It is raining there. That's a rain shaft. They're not. Are they rotating? Is this spinning? No, not at all. And I know you can't tell from one picture, but you got to go with what the people who took the pictures told. All right. How about that one? No rotation.
No.
It is not raining here. It is raining here. How about that one? Absolutely. How about that one? Well, it may be a funnel. We don't know if it's rotating. It's not on the ground, at least as far as we can tell. Now, you need to rely on the person who took the picture to say, yeah, I did. It didn't come out in my picture, but there was something on the ground I could see that was swirling. So that's a toughie. But in the end, you were right. It was not. How about that one?
Yes.
Yes. Good job. Good job. You say, hey, no, wait a minute. No, because it stops right here. See it? No, look at here. Always got to go to the ground here. Not always straight up and down, but there's some vertical. In other words, people will look at that shelf cloud and they'll say, hey, it's a tornado on its side. Not really. Okay, how about that one? Tough, right? You got something going on here, you got something going on here. Person said, yes, there was debris swirling on the ground underneath it, so we'll say that was a tornado. Oaks Police Department, Dickey County, said, yes, this here was connected to the thunderstorm, and it was rotating, debris, spinning, swirling. Aaron Huntenberg, one of our great spotters from Oliver County out west. You got a picture here. I think this is moving off toward the right somewhere. I think this is a shelf cloud pushing out ahead of the storm. I think this is rain, and I think the white rain is hail. White rain is hail. So if you call in, if you're a spotter, of course, or just the public, you don't want to give me your name and number, that's fine. You just want to call me when you get a chance and you see something. Who are you? Because if you say, well, I don't want to give you your name, if you're giving me a report of weather, why would you want to give me your name? I'll be a little suspicious. What are you reporting? Exactly what do you see? Avoid saying it's rotating. Tell me what is rotating. Tell us what is rotating, how is it rotating. Where are you? Yes, but where is the storm? I'm calling you from Wilton, and there's a tornado. It's different than I'm calling you from Wilton, and I see this tornado, I'm looking out my window, I'm looking north about 15 miles. That's different. Tornado in Wilton? No. Tornado 15 miles north. So where are you? Where's the event? When did it happen? Because maybe you couldn't get to your telephone. It's an hour later, and you're telling me I'm calling you from South Bismarck, and I had hail. I'm going to say, there's not even a thunderstorm there. What are you talking about? You're going to say, well, no, this was about an hour. You say, oh, okay. Accurate reports are critical. Late reports are better than none. It's hard to estimate wind speed. I'm going to pick up here because we're running out of time rapidly. Hard to estimate wind speed, but do your best. Round off to the nearest 10 miles an hour. What you want to do is on a windy day like this, when you go home, look at the trees. Now, today's not a good example because there's no leaves on the trees, right? Yes, but on a windy day when there's leaves on the trees, look at how the trees are moving and look at the weather report and hear that the wind today is 30 to 40 miles an hour. Now you say, I know what a 30 to 40 mile an hour wind does to my trees. That's the only way we can help with that. 40 miles an hour, whole trees move, 50, small branches are broken off, and so on. One thing you want to be careful is if you call me and you say, I just had a 90 mile an hour wind, I'm going to ask you what kind of damage you have. And if you say, I don't have any damage, I'm probably going to say, I don't think you had a 90 mile an hour wind, because 90 miles an hour is going to damage something. Tear the rain gutter off your house, break a tree limb, something, right? The other thing is people call in and say, or we'll call them and say, hey, you had a any high wind? No, I don't think I had it. I did have some damage, you know, I had a 2-foot diameter tree snapped off, and I think the wind was about 30 miles an hour. I don't think you had a 30 mile, I think you maybe had a 70 or 80 mile an hour wind, right? See what I mean? So it's all marbles. Do not report marble size. Because I'm going to have to ask you, hey, how big are your marbles? So, because marbles come in all different sizes. Use a coin. Was it the size of a dime, a penny, a nickel, a quarter, a half a dollar, a golf ball? Something that we all pretty much know the size of, right? I mean, not that we know the exact size of it, but that we have an idea of how big a tennis ball is, because probably we've all held a tennis ball, something like that. You want to record the largest stone. So if this is your yard after a thunderstorm goes through, don't pick out this one, pick out this one or this one. See what I mean? Pick out the largest stone and report the size of the largest stone. Report flooding. Hey, Apple Creek outside of Lincoln is running over the road now. That's important for me to know. I'm going to ask you, well, how deep do you think the water is? That kind of thing. Snow, report how much snow you have, right? That's important to us. I can't see across the street because it's so foggy. Now again, if you're in Bismarck, we know, so are we in Bismarck. But if you're outside of town, we'd like to know that. Accurate reports are very critical for tornadoes. Is the circulation reaching the ground? If there's rotation, what is rotation? What is rotating? Is it persistent? Did it just rotate for a second and stop? Or is it really, is this going on and on? For hail, how big is the largest stone? But really, we'd like to hear about any hail at all that you get. Any hail at all. And wind, do you have any damage? Even if it's minor damage. A tree limb broke off. That's important for us to know. For flooding, is it urban or rural? Are you talking about the 9th Street underpass in Bismarck? Or are you talking about the streets all around, your home in South Bismarck are flooded, something like that? What's the depth of the water? Is the road, the bridge washed out? That kind of thing. Preparedness, what's the main threat? When's the best chance of getting thunderstorms, and where is it going to happen? You can get all that from on our website. We'll show you that here in just a second. So again, the outlook in the morning, we may issue an outlook for this whole area and say, hey, thunderstorms possible today. Then later in the day, we narrow it down and say, hey, you're in a severe thunderstorm or a tornado watch. And then we narrow it down and say, warning for that area. Weather radio. Anybody have a no weather radio? Weather radio is 24-hour-a-day weather, no news, no sports, no commercials, no music. My wife just loves weather radio. I can't. The building. It's the building. Have to blame it on something. Wednesday night, mostly clear. Lows in the mid-20s. North winds around. 24-hour-a-day weather. No news, no sports, no commercials, no music. Just weather. Inexpensive, $40 or $50. You can get them online. Search NOAA Weather Radio. I do not sell them. The government does not sell them, right? We can't. But department stores, some sell them. Electronic stores, again, go online and search. If you heard that, is that familiar to you, anybody? Mid-Continent Communications in Bismarck, Mandan, when they show their radar image, and then the audio you hear is from the weather radio. The difference with that is you have to be on the channel to see it, right? Whereas this has a built-in alarm. If there's and you can program this by county. Now you can't program it just for your backyard. You'd have to do all of Burleigh County. But you can program it just for Burleigh County so you don't get the warnings from the surrounding area. This will set off an alarm. Beep, 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 right? Tornado warning, whatever it is. If you're in Bismarck, please don't only program this for Burleigh County, because don't you want to know what's happening in Morton County? But if you're in Wing, I'd say, yeah, you don't need to program Morton County, but maybe you want to program McLean County or Kidder County or something like that. All right, 24-hour-a-day weather. No news, no sports, no commercials, no music. Now, this is Severe Summer Weather Awareness Week. Tomorrow at 11:15 tomorrow morning, we're going to send an actual tornado warning out. We are going to send a tornado warning out at 11:15. It's a warning. It's going to be for all of western and central North Dakota. I don't think the Grand Forks office is going to do it because of the flooding issue.
Thank you for watching. Continued in part 12, videographed by Matthew Kronberger. If you enjoyed the presentation, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Matthew Kronberger, Bismarck, North Dakota.